Hi, I'm Meredith.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, I'm Aliyah.
And today we're going to be talking about pressure from adults during exam time.
Am I? I don't know what it
Exam time is stressful, and sometimes there can be additional pressures put on you by adults. What kind of pressures do you find these adults can put on you?
I found with my teachers quite a lot in the school in general put quite a lot of pressure on students. I personally put a lot of pressure on myself. I think a lot of students do. So I found that extra pressure from teachers was just a bit too much.
I found that comparing with my older cousins, because I'm the oldest sibling, so I have no one to be compared to. So they found a way. My cousins got really good grades, and they used that and be like, oh well, you've got to beat them. That's your motivation.
It becomes like a competition.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be like that, because I should get whatever grade I'm happy with, and they should be proud of that because I've tried my best.
No matter what you achieve, that's okay.
So it's like, as long as you try your best, that's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes these pressures can make revision harder.
If you're getting loads of pressure from parents and yourself and teachers, you're under a lot of pressure to be revising. And I think for me especially, and I'm sure with a lot of other people, I kind of need to be in the mood to revise. And I think if you're being forced to revise, or you're already getting pressure from everybody else, you just can't think straight. And I think that's especially affecting your mental health. And then that's when you feel it building up and it gets too much sometimes.
I felt guilty when I was taking a break. I was like, no, I'm going to miss out on an hour of revision that I could have done. And so I had to be like, no, you need a break, because you can't be concentrating on maths for 3 hours. It's not healthy. So you all deserve a break.
So what can you say to the adults that are putting this additional pressure on you whilst you're revising?
I'd be like, okay, mum, dad, nan, whoever your carer is, just be like, I kind of need my space. With you always nagging on at me about, oh, I need to get the best grades, it doesn't help me, it doesn't motivate me, it just makes me feel even more bad about myself that, oh, maybe I can't get those grades. So instead you should just motivate me, like, oh, just revise for an hour and then we can go out, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think honesty, really. You need to be honest, because I don't think personally, generally, a problem won't really get solved until you speak to somebody about it. And if you've got a problem with your parents or your carers putting too much pressure on you, or maybe adults at the school, speak to your parents who can speak to the school for you and help kind of work something out. Or just being honest with your family and say, this is too much for me, I need to step back and I need some space.
How do you think parents, carers or teachers could help you during exam time?
I think it's normally quite different for each student. I know, for example, I find it easier to revise at home, whereas some people find it easier to revise at school. So for example, with my essays in one of my subjects, we get individual feedback on what we can do to improve, things we've done wrong, things to look at. And I think speaking to your teacher, kind of maybe aside from class, and ask what you can do as an individual on your own is definitely beneficial.
My parents would help me by testing me on questions and continuing doing that, so they know that I'm actually revising, I'm not going on my phone. And rewards as well. So if the whole weekend I've been crammed up in my room and I'm revising, they'll be like, oh, let's go out for dinner tonight. So stuff like that. See, the thing is, you need to put yourself first and your mental health, because that's more important than your grades.
Definitely, you're not really going to be doing the best you can if you're not taking care of yourself first, I think.
What advice do you have if you feel like things are still tough?
I think it's quite surprising how much better you feel once you talk to somebody, because I know that obviously I put a lot of pressure on myself during my exams, and once I spoke to my parents about it, it's like a huge weight lifted off your chest, because it's someone else you can talk to, it's someone you can vent to at the end of the day, and they can offer advice as well that maybe you didn't think of.
I feel like talking to your friends, because they're all going through the same thing as you, so maybe they can relate. And you're allowed to have a social life, guys. Even though you may forget and you think, no, I can't, you are allowed. It's just a little break out of drowning in revision.
Yeah.
And who else do you think you can talk to?
Just anyone you can trust, an adult, a friend, anyone you feel comfortable talking to.
There's always Childline.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for
You're
having
welcome.
us.
See you next time.
Bye.